Hello everyone, my name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Google Smart Bidding strategies. There are four key types of smart bidding strategy. The first one is enhanced cost per click. The second one is maximize conversion. The third one is target cost per acquisition. And finally, we have target return on ad spend. So what exactly are these smart bidding strategies and why you should use them in your campaign? Well, it turns out that Google has built a sophisticated advanced machine learning algorithm that will take care of the part of bidding in an auction, and it will take into consideration the historical data of your campaigns, and it will also take into consideration some of the contextual signals such as the device type, the physical location, time of the day, remarketing list, and so many other signals. And based on that, it will try to increase or decrease the bid amount and try to maximize the conversions or clicks or the target cost per acquisition based on the marketing objective that you had set when setting up the campaign. Now I know it's a lot of information, so let's break down into all the four different aspects, and let's go through each of them in detail. So let's talk about enhanced cost per click smart bidding strategy. So initially, when you run a campaign and when you start adding keywords, you will generally set the cost per click manually, and you might say, hey, I'm willing to spend like $1 for a single click, and that's fine. That's manual cost per click bidding. But Google provides an option where you can select enhanced cost per click, which will basically increase or decrease the bid amount for that click in real time based on all the factors that I mentioned earlier. It will utilize the historical data. It will it has some really good advanced machine learning algorithm that will take into consideration different signals, and it will try to find out people who are more likely to convert. And if it finds out that, hey, there's someone who's more likely to convert because he went on so and so website and he's on so and so device in a certain location, Google will increase the bid amount so that that person will click on your ad and he will convert. So let's take an example over here. I mentioned there's an example that says, let's say you sell shoes on your site and your max CPC is $1. Then with enhanced CPC, Google will auction, and if it finds out that someone is more likely to buy shoes from your site, then it will increase the bid amount to $1.70. But if it finds out that the click will not result in a sale, then it will lower the bid to 30 cents. So that's how enhanced CPC works. It is all real time, and the ultimate goal is to make sure that you get more conversions and more clicks and more results from your campaign. So I highly recommend starting out with enhanced CPC because it's super easy to set up, and it's one of the most efficient way to maximize your return on investment when running campaigns on Google AdWords. The second one is maximize conversions. Now this bidding strategy is one step further in terms of the sales funnel, and this is basically going to ensure that it will bid to optimize so that you get the conversions. So again, it will work in the similar fashion like enhanced CPC, where it will take into consideration some of the contextual signals. It will also see how your historical performance is in terms of different campaigns, and it will evaluate those signals, your historical data, and machine learning algorithm to make sure that it will bid only on those opportunities that will result in a conversion. Now, a conversion can be filling out a form, it can be signing up for newsletter, or it can even be a purchase of a product on your e-commerce store. But the key thing to remember here is to set up conversion tracking. Now, if you don't have conversion tracking on your website, then it doesn't make any sense to utilize maximize conversion bidding or target CPA or return on ad spend, because Google will not know what ad is converting and which keywords are converting, and basically it won't have any historical data. So I highly recommend setting up conversion tracking first. If you don't know how to do that, let me know in the comment section, and I will create a video tutorial on how to set up conversion tracking on your website. So that's the second type of bidding strategy, maximize conversion. The third one is target cost per acquisition. So again, let's say you're selling products on your website, and the cost for the product is like $50, for example, and let's say that you want to make sure that when someone buys that product on your website, the maximum amount that you are willing to spend to acquire that new customer is $25, because obviously you want to make profit. So if you set your target cost per acquisition to $25, then Google will bid on all those opportunities that will result in a conversion, and that cost per acquisition is still going to be maintained at $25. I hope that makes sense. So so what I mean is, Google will try to get as many conversions as possible, but on an average, the cost per acquisition is going to be $25. Sometimes the cost per acquisition might be $30, and sometimes it might be $20. But overall, it's going to still try to maintain that $25 range, so that you are still making profit on your $50 worth of product. So that's how you can utilize target cost per acquisition. And again, this bidding strategy requires you to set up conversion tracking, and only then it will understand like what exactly is converting, what are the different signals that Google needs to consider, so that it can increase and lower the bid. Now, one thing to keep in mind, when you are using target CPA, the cost per click is up to Google. It can set cost per click to $5, $10, $1. It's completely up to Google, because all you as a business care about is conversion, and all you care about is to ensure that Google does not cross the target CPA threshold, and in this case it can be $25. So Google can bid high or low on that cost per click, as long as it's getting conversion. Now, there is a way to set a maximum bid cap. So what I mean is, you can set the maximum cost per click in your target CPA bidding strategy, but that will restrict Google from finding new opportunities. So what I would recommend is to run two separate campaigns, where the first type of campaign is you just set target CPA and let Google do the magic of increasing and decreasing the bid. But in the second type of campaign, you can still set the target CPA, but you set a maximum CPC as well. So this is what I mean, like bid limits. You can set a maximum bid limit and a minimum bid limit. All right, so that's your third type of smart bidding strategy. And the final one is target return on ad spend. All right, so This is very suitable for, again, e-commerce type of campaigns. And what Google will ensure that when you set a target return on ad spend, Google will always try to hit that ROAS. So let's take an example again. So let's say you're selling $5 worth of product over here, and you set your target return on ad spend as 500%. So which means that you need to sell that product for $1. Only then you can get a return on ad spend of 500%. So here's the math: $5 in sale, and you spend $1 to sell that product, and basically you multiply that by 100. So your target ROAS is 500%. So in this case, Google will automatically set your CPC bids so that it will maximize your conversion value and hit the ROAS percentage. Now, the only thing to keep in mind is in terms of the requirements. So as you can see, Google says that your campaign must have at least 20 conversions in the past 45 days. Because Google needs that data. It needs to know what type of customers are buying your product, what is their demographics, which location is best in terms of bidding, and on what devices they are buying those products, and at what time of the day, and is it a remarketing list, have those customers already purchased, or do they visit certain websites. So there are so many signals that will help Google to achieve that target ROAS. So the more conversions you have in your account, the more likely Google will succeed in getting that return on ad spend. And as you can see, there was a link. I had a link where, oh yeah, as you can see, if you go to this web page about smart bidding, you can get to know like all the different automated bidding signals, and it's just insane. Like, look at the amount of information: device, location, language, browser, demographics, and there are so many different attributes that comes into play when it comes to smart bidding. So the more information you provide Google, and the more conversions you have in your account, the more likely Google will succeed. So that's your 4 different types of smart bidding strategies, and I want to quickly show you a practical demo on how to select a smart bidding strategy. So let's go into our Google account. So once you log in, click on new campaign, and again, these strategies work on search, display, and shopping. So I'm just going to select search for now, and I will select website traffic. I'm going to give my website name, hit continue, and then you can tinker around with these settings like network and location, but what we are really interested in is where do we set the bidding. So here is where you can change your bidding strategy. So right now it's saying what do you want to focus on. So again, you have three different options: conversions, conversion value, and clicks. So let's keep conversions, but then when you click on this option that says select a bid strategy directly, once you click on it, here is where you can set your automated bid strategies. So you have target cost per acquisition, you have target return on ad spend, maximizing clicks. So basically, when you set maximize clicks, Google will find out all the people who are more likely to click on your ad. But that's your top of the funnel objective. What you should really be worried about is conversions, leads, and sale. So I would recommend maximize conversions. But if you are starting out, then I would definitely start out with enhanced CPC, because I think that's the most fundamental type of bidding strategy that you need to utilize in your campaigns. I know manual CPC is default option, but enhanced CPC will really help you, because let's say you set your maximum CPC as $1. Google will not go crazy and spend like $5 or $10. The maximum it will go is like double your bid amount. It will be like $2, but it won't go like $5 or $50. So enhanced CPC is something that you can start out with. You have maximize conversion, you have target search page location. So if you select this strategy, Google will start bidding, and it will ensure that your ad is always at the top of the page, or on the first page of search result. And target outranking share is, let's say you have a competitor, and you both are running ads. Then with this, Google will bid so that your ad outranks your competitor's ad. And I think you can only select only one domain in terms of target outranking share. I don't think Google allows you to outrank all the different domains or all the different competitors that you are targeting. So that's enhanced cost per click, and finally you have target impression share, and then you have your manual cost per click. So this is where you can select your bid strategy. All right, before we end, I have something to share. So this is just a quick Excel sheet that I can link in the description, or let me know in the comment section. I can share it with you guys. And basically you can try to calculate like what should be your cost per click and what should be your bidding strategy. So I'm just taking an example. So this is an example of when you are running campaigns regarding campaigns targeting like lead generation campaigns, and let's say you have your budget as $500, and you set your cost per click as 50 cents. Then the amount of traffic that you will get is 1,000 clicks or 1,000 visitors, and let's say based on your historical data your conversion rate is around 2%, then you will get like 20 leads, and let's say your lead to client conversion rate is 20%, then you will acquire like 4 clients. And let's say your revenue per client is $1,000, then your total revenue is $4,000. So that's how you can calculate. You can change this number, like I can say 2,000, and your revenue will change. So it's based on formulas. So basically this will help you to find out like what should be your budget, how much traffic you're getting. You can play around, and you can play around with the conversion rate and see what's going to be the revenue. But what I'm really interested in showing you guys is you can select enhanced CPC for this type of campaign if your focus is on traffic. But let's say your focus is on lead generation, then you can set maximize conversions as your bid strategy. And let's say you are running a third type of campaign, and it's at the bottom of the funnel and your aim is to acquire new clients, then you can set target CPC as target cost per acquisition as your bidding strategy. So that's your lead generation campaign and what bidding strategy can go along with it. And finally, I have an example for e-commerce. Now again, the logic is same. Let's say you are getting like 1,000 visitors and your conversion rate is 2%. The total number of so the total number of transactions or product sales is 20, and let's say your cost per transaction or the average order value is $50, then you will make $1,000 in revenue. So you spend $500 but you got $1,000. So your target return on ad spend is 200%. Yep, that's right. So your target return on ad spend is 200%. So that's the number that you will enter when you select target return on ad spend as your bidding strategy. But let's say you want like $2,000 in revenue, then basically, your target ROAS is 400%. So that's the number that you will enter. So you can play around and find out like what should be your return on ad spend percentage, what should be your target CPA. Like in this case, your each client is worth $1,000, so that's your target CPA. So that's how you can use this Excel sheet and figure out. So that's it guys for the video. I hope you learned a lot in terms of different bidding strategies and how you can set them on Google AdWords, and be a little bit more efficient in terms of getting traffic, lead generation, acquiring new clients, or selling more products. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll be uploading weekly digital marketing videos, so make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.